St Johnstone 0, Celtic 5 as the boys advance to the Scottish Cup final. Welcome back to Fog Football. Hell, if you want a competitive game, this was not the game for you. It was an absolute demolition job. 5-star, you name it. The Saints didn't even arrive. Did they even come down?
They did not. They didn't. They should have just stayed in Perth. It was a wasted journey, wasted trip. Jelly and ice cream for Celtic today, and St Johnstone couldn't handle the heat at the end. They were left in a big puddle of brown, but it wasn't chocolate. It was shite because it was such a one-sided game. St Johnstone pretty much done nothing, offered nothing. I mean, a wee bright spark, I think, to start the second half. They were no bad for like a minute, but other than that, really did not have a lot to offer. Convincing Celtic. I mean, they held them out for more than half an hour, but unfortunately, as soon as Celtic got one goal, the floodgates opened, and someone's going to point out, why did you say unfortunately? It's a Scottish football channel. Well, they're the maths, son.
They're the maths. Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's like,
the numbers don't lie.
I don't get, right? It's a Scottish football channel.
Yeah, we've never said we're 100% neutral or impartial. It would be impossible to be, and we've never claimed to be. You know what I mean? We cover Scottish football and we cover all teams. But obviously, we've got allegiances to certain sides, and certain sides are rivals, and therefore, we're going to look at teams differently.
Forget about rivals, right, and whatever. What? See if you're a fucking neutral and you're having a go at us. What neutral wants Celtic to win the day? Right? Maybe if you support Hibs or Dundee United, you'll want Celtic to win the day.
Oh, well, that's a given, aye.
Right? But see, apart from those two, and Celtic fans, why would you not want St Johnstone to win the day? You know what I mean?
No, I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, right, the game starts, Celtic dominate, right? St Johnstone, they will stand a bit of pressure, Michael Stewart says in the 33rd minute. Here, the manager will be relatively happy with the first 33 minutes. And what do you think happened in the next 12 then?
Michael Stewart.
Aye.
Curse.
Down 4-0. First goal, Cal McGregor. Tatty finds him. Bottom left-hand corner. Second goal, Dyson Maida.
It was quick fire, wasn't it? Like, I mean, you couldn't keep up with the goals. It was
2-0. Hatate then fizzes a ball across to Adam Madej, who scores a 1-yard tap-in. Just emphasising on that. 3-0. And then after this, Hatate found Maida at the back post. 4-0.
It was a bit like that spell they had against Kelly.
Aye.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, indeed. That takes you into half-time.
Yeah, but let's not pretend that Adam Madej is a world beater just because he scored a tap-in.
No.
I mean, it's important that we point that out.
Yeah.
It was unmissable.
So still a taxi for a day then?
Even Dessers would have scored it.
But, this is Celtic's bread and butter, right? We can say, biggest budget, biggest whatever, but the fact that Rodgers has went 21 games here without losing in the Scottish Cup competition is insane. You know what I mean? That's not just down to Celtic, right? That's other teams. They've got to step up and match Celtic, and not one of them fucking has, apparently, because you can't... I mean, 21 games undefeated.
Good record, isn't it?
You know what I mean? I say undefeated. You win cup games, not that shite. It's incredible. It really, really is. But at half time, it's dead. You know what I mean? The second half becomes, just mince, a concession. It's like, what are we doing here? Racing our ping pong.
Say that you've got to feel bad for the St Johnstone fans that turned up. I mean, at 43 minutes in, they think maybe we've got a wee chance here. 13 minutes later,
imagine you took a 12-minute shite or something. Fucking all over.
You'd better staying in the bathroom, wouldn't you? Like, I mean,
yeah, but they get a bit of joy after the break. Mackenzie Kirk has a shot saved. Then not long after this, there's a push in the back of Adam Madej. Mackenzie Kirk ends up with the ball, sticks it in for like 25 yards. Referee goes too far, looks at the double-handed push in the back of Adea, and of course he rules it out. Now, what's your opinion on this before I go on it?
Well, Brendan Rodgers was probably wanting to push him harder, get him out the fucking club.
Get him out the city.
Get him out of Scotland, get him out the country, but, I mean, referee could have just let the goal stand, couldn't he?
He could have, couldn't he? I'm not saying, right, that this is a disgrace and, it should never have been disallowed, but you can't help but feel it's like, what are we doing here?
What a moment he's taken away from him.
Aye, because it's very soft. You know what I mean? It's very, very soft. It's quite similar to Maguire, I think, against Leon. the other night where he had like his arms over the guy and he scored. Dessers on Maguire. You see this 100 times. You know what I mean? And what you've actually got to bear in mind is it's not like Mackenzie Kirk has pushed him at the fucking road and scored straight from it at the end of the day. Because with Dessers and like Maguire, they actually scored from the contact that they, pushed them. Here it's a couple of seconds after it. But, I mean, I'm not going to greet too much about it. The game's done, but, I mean, it's robbed Mackenzie Kirk a good goal, I guess. But
a Hampden moment.
Probably the correct decision in the end.
Yeah, Mackenzie Kirk might never make it to Hampden again.
Very harsh, you know what I mean? It's like, this is VAR going over the game, too much, I think. Is this a clear and obvious glaring error? No. Is it going through it with a fine-tuned comb? It's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? I think this VAR wasn't brought in to do this for me. You let this go.
A fine-tuned comb?
Aye.
Who tunes up a comb?
Anyway, Celtic got a penalty. And they actually overturn it. Now, what's your logic behind this getting overturned?
Where was the red cards getting overturned yesterday? Just out of curiosity.
Nowhere to be seen.
See you, John Beaton, see I get my hands on you.
John Beaton would batter you.
Probably would, wouldn't he? Like?
Batter you into oblivion.
He barred Hearts yesterday, didn't he? One-man band, aye. So.
I feel like I'm stabbed in the heart.
Also. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, the penalty, James Forrest, was it a penalty?
It's a dive. Should be a yellow card.
I'm actually shocked it got overturned.
I know, but it's easy to overturn something when your team's already up 5-0, isn't it?
4-0.
Right, 4-0, who cares?
4-5, shite, Jobby.
It's all over.
Alistair Johnstone finds Jota, Celtic win 5-0. What?
No, but for me, if they overturn that, then it's got to be a yellow card. Because it's a dive.
No, absolutely.
I'm not buying into the whole, but the player did just enough to affect them or impede them or knock them off his... If the referee felt that was the case, then he'd keep the penalty, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
The fact the referee overturned it means the referee thinks here absolutely nothing in that, and that Forrest is dove. Therefore, he should probably get booked. Not that it makes a difference, but I just think we need to be a bit more consistent with the rules.
They do, but Jota makes it 5. Johnston assist. Half, puff, 23 minutes of hee-haw. What is there to say? You know what I mean? It was just about dead, wasn't it? You know what I mean? There's only one team here that's happy about what happened today, and it's Celtic. Like, openly celebrating.
There was some fan trying to put his St Johnstone scarf back in his pocket, and he was struggling with it. And Michael Stewart came out and says, "That's a pretty big pocket." I would just like to clarify once and for all. I'm not going to use the C word because it's not a nice word. But if I could use the C word, I would direct it at Michael Stewart, because he is the biggest walloper in Scottish football. This
pretty big pocket.
I mean, this St John's. I mean, it obviously wasn't a big pocket because he was struggling to get his fucking scarf into it. You stupid dick. But I mean, this guy's sitting there 5-0, looking miserable. Michael Stewart's probably the kind of guy that would talk about mental health. He obviously wasn't thinking about this guy's mental health. This guy looked like he was on the Fergie rope in it, and Michael Stewart's ripping the piss at him over pockets.
Tell you what, this guy got more scarves and pockets since St Johnstone had fucking chances.
You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. I mean...
Right, Celtic Aberdeen.
It was just unnecessary. I don't know why Michael Stewart was picking the guy.
Celtic
I thought he was being a wise man, funny guy. Nothing funny about him.
He's a diddy man.
He must be like the most universally hated guy in Scottish football.
In the world, almost. Like, not many people can stand.
He's probably, that's the only thing like...
It's quite funny, isn't it?
Probably the only thing that unites Celtic and Rangers fans. Like, I think they can all agree on that Michael Stewart's a dick.
Yeah, it's funny. Right, Celtic Aberdeen.
I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Leave the guy in his pockets alone, for fuck's sake.
I know.
The guy's dug deep into his pockets to pick out money for a ticket today.
Michael spent enough time in fucking pockets in his playing career. He was fucking wank. Right, who's winning? Celtic Aberdeen.
Yeah, Michael Stewart must have deep pockets, the amount of games he's at. Radios, podcasts. Jesus Christ.
Right, Aberdeen Celtic.
Fireplay Cups. Scottish Premiers.
It's not the Fireplay Cup anymore.
I know, but no matter what competition you're watching, or no matter what channel you tune into, or BBC Radio Sport podcast, you download it and Michael Stewart's there. So the guy just wanted to go away.
Celtic Aberdeen, who's winning?
It's a lose-lose for me. I don't want either team to win.
See, on the 24th of May, is Michael Stewart going to be saying, He has a deep pocket for that Aberdeen fan. As he puts his sheep wool into his pocket.
I just hope Michael Stewart's not there.
He will be though.
I know, but maybe I'll go in there on a holiday or something.
It's like a fucking bad smell, man. You can't get rid of him.
Anyway, can we get rid of Celtic and their dominance in Scottish football?
Nope, it's no going away.
You know what, man? Normally I'd be all over Aberdeen and I'd be cheering Aberdeen on to beat Celtic. Like normally I would, but they've rubbed me the wrong way this season. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. When it comes to it, obviously I'm going to be supporting Aberdeen over Celtic every day of the week.
Why?
Aye.
Why though?
What do you mean why?
Impartial.
What do you mean why? I like the underdog. That's why.
Sure, Aberdeen are the second biggest country in the land, just in front of
Second
Celtic.
biggest country in the land. Yeah, that's what do you mean second biggest country in the land?
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Long day. It's been a long season.
It's only going to get.
It's only gonna
been
get
a long
longer.
fucking life.
Oh god,
It's only
right.
gonna get
Anyway, nah.
Are we going to bother our arse doing a St Johnstone fans react? I looked on Instagram there. They've got 2 comments,
Be a quick fit.
and one of them was a fucking AI. The other one was somebody saying, "Better luck next year." Aye, good luck.
Could have been a Celtic fan, ripped the piss at them like, couldn't
I
I?
know.
No, you know what though? I mean, if Celtic win, Hibs will get the guaranteed spot, and you know what? I think Hibs deserve it. I know I'm not supposed to say that as a Hearts fan, but you know what? For the good of Scottish football, I kind of hope it is Hibs in it.
Do you know? I think it's pathetic that Celtic and St Johnstone brought more fans than Hearts Aberdeen, even though it was all Celtic fans basically.
Repeat that.
Celtic and Hearts St Johnstone had a bigger attendance than Hearts Aberdeen. Dave Cormack said, "Well, if the game was in Peterhead, we would have brought 25,000. Well, mate, the game's in Glasgow, so it's fucking
If
irrelevant.
the game was in Peterhead, you'd have
You'd have brought about 2 people,
You'd have fit about
5 people into a minibus.
half a dozen people into the stadium or something.
No, but why is he making it? I'm not going to steal this guy's comment because this guy said, I can't remember his name though. He said, "Why is he making it that Glasgow's in the Arctic Circle? No, it's a couple of hours down the road."
Did you say that to me earlier?
What?
Why is Glasgow Arctic Circle, no?
No, it's a comment on Twitter. You've probably seen the same thing. Mm-hmm. No, but why are they making that?
I mean, it's a wee bus journey down the M8, isn't it, at the end of the day? one of them.
Maybe
One
from
of
fucking
those.
Edinburgh, mate. But anyway, taxi for you.
I know, but
You can tip aside Adam Adair.
No, but hold on here. If you're coming from Aberdeen, would you not have to enter the M8 at one point?
No.
No.
Well, you would, but fuck it. I mean, it'd be fucking by the time you're there anyway.
Oh, there you go. That was the point I was trying to make.
Full of fucking shite, this one.
I've never drove from Aberdeen to fucking Hampden, so I wouldn't know what journey to take.
It's just... Anyway, Aberdeen Celtic. You looking forward to it?
No. I'm not.
It's fucking losing.
I'm really not. Arguably, it's my 2 least favourite teams in Scotland right now.
What about Hibs? Is Edinburgh United?
Yo, I've said it all season. I actually like Davy Gray.
Sir Davy Gray.
Sir Davy Gray.
No Sir Jimmy. T. Lynn.
Tell you what, if he gets wins for Hibs next season and puts Scotland up the coefficient, I'll respect him.
Right, guys.
I'm looking forward to seeing a club that isn't called Hearts compete in Europe. I'm looking forward to see someone no shite actually make a go of this Conference League. I look at that Conference League and I think Scottish teams should be competing well in that.
No, I know.
You know what? See, due to the level, see if Celtic are in the Champions League, Rangers are in the Europa League, and Hibs are in the Conference League next season. Obviously, the fixtures that you get can play a part, but I think Hibs should be finishing higher. I think Hibs should be finishing higher than in the Europa Conference League than Celtic and Rangers should in their respective competition, just due to the quality of the opposition.
Yeah, especially Champions League, Europa League.
No, there's still some good teams in the Europa League. Rangers, I think, pushed above their weight, finishing top 8.
No, I would agree, but I think Rangers got a really tough draw. Like, Rangers could have got quite an easier draw, and then you would expect them to get top 8.
Fact is, Hearts bottled it. Just like St Johnstone bottled it after that first goal went in.
Aye. Anyway, that's us, man. Scottish Cup refusal later on, and the rest of the leagues. Don't know how we lasted like 15 minutes, but we did. Till next time, peace.